Hi everybody, it's 314 React here. Today, this is just going to be a rambling video on why I think there needs to be an Unreal remaster. Of course, we now have the Quake remaster on the way, which I imagine will be in a very similar vein to Quake 2 RTX, which will use some community-made stuff. Quake 2 RTX made use of Quake 2 XP to update the models and textures, and then chucked in Vulkan RT to use a full-on ray tracing pipeline, or even, I think it's path tracing actually, and it was incredible. There's also going to be a remake of the Grand Theft Auto trilogy, so 3, Vice City, and San Andreas, that's on the way. And we also have Crysis 2 and 3 remastered on the way, and we also had Crysis 1. We also had Battlezone 2 3.5 years ago, remastered, and that was awesome. But there's still no official love for Unreal, or even Unreal Tournament. Unreal Tournament 4, which we can loosely call it that, was being developed from 2014 onwards, and then I think the last update was 2017, where it unceremoniously just never got an update. There was no official word on that, so it's just been left to die, and the community also worked on that as well. I mean, I think there was Unreal Redux, which is working on remastering the textures and some models and stuff. There's also all these texture packs and stuff that I've got, DirectX 11 mod, and some other things. But, like I said, no official remake. I think there is someone trying to remake it in Unreal Engine 4, but again, not official. It's just a bit of a letdown, to be honest. The Unreal name is just sort of relegated to the game engine now, and even the original game was overshadowed at the time by Half-Life and then its younger brother Unreal Tournament. Because imagine if you had Unreal, all this sort of artwork and art direction, all these cool levels and stuff, things like this, with Unreal Engine 5 and Nanite, Lumen, full ray tracing support, the whole thing. It would just be so good to see this. And given the community, the amount of work they put into it, how hard they work, I'm sure they would more than love to have their work be put into that, and they'd love to help out with it. Again, like Quake 2, like Battlezone 2, Remaster, they used quite a lot of the community's work on that. So it's just a bit baffling that they've stopped Unreal Tournament 4, which had community work, and then there's just no real mention of the Unreal games anymore. I mean, imagine if they did Unreal 3 and forgot about the disappointment that was Unreal 2, went back to more of the roots, like this game, and then released a remastered package alongside it that had like Unreal, Unreal Tournament, the 2000s Unreal Tournament, 2003, 2004, 3, all remastered, ported to a new engine with completely remade assets, or just boosted up in the vein of Quake 2, you know, remade assets, higher resolution textures, path tracing support. Because these original games, you could quite easily put RTX proper into them and have full path tracing, and they would run fairly nicely. And I find even myself neglecting Unreal a little bit. I tend to go more towards videos on Unreal Tournament and things like that, and I still haven't actually completed Unreal, which I know, it's bad. So even from my own perspective, I feel this game has been neglected. It was such a push for the time, 1998, to have this kind of game with a sort of continuous narrative, first person, and I think in terms of cool factor, it was probably overshadowed by Quake 2 in 1997. But it's such an excellent game. Whoops. It really does deserve a lot more love. Because here you can see the reflection down there, which is either a planar or they're just got a copy of the geometry below a transparent surface or something, although it looks like a planar. Imagine that with RTX and everything, global illumination, ambient occlusion, reflections, it just looked beautiful. It's such a beautiful game. That's freaky. I mean, it's been updated a little bit with the DirectX 11 renderer that I'm using here, but apparently the developer of that, from what I understand, was told by Epic to stop working on it, which is really unusual since they've been okay with stuff like the 469 patch and old Unreal patches for Unreal Gold. So I don't really know. It kind of implies that they would have been working on something. I don't know. It's just very strange. I think the community would love it if they did properly do a remastered collection of Unreal. Or just release a new Unreal game. Yeah, like I said, or Unreal Tournament. But it's been rather starved of proper Unreal content for many, many years. Because this game and the Unreal Engine has obviously always pushed technology forward. And it would just be incredible to see all of this in Unreal Engine 5. Because what you could do with the art style and the characters and everything, it would just be amazing. Absolutely amazing. And while we're at it, with all these remasters and stuff, not just a bit more love to Unreal, but where's a Timesplitters collection on Steam? Where's that? Because there's already a level playable from Timesplitters 2 on one of the Homefront games, and that works perfectly fine on PC, just that one level. And I don't think it's being emulated or anything, because they clearly have the ability to run those games on PC. So where are they? Just release it for like $20 or something. Timesplitters 1, 2, and 3, and they would print money off of that, because people would love that. Timesplitters, again, another unloved franchise that's just gone on for years with nothing. There were some whispers of 4, and I think there may be some more information on that coming up, but still, nothing. And the best thing they could do with both Unreal and Timesplitters would be to work with the community. The work they've done, especially Unreal. I mean, all these texture packs and patches and reworks and the DirectX 11 patch. If you were to get all that work together, put it all together, and give them access to the full Unreal Engine 5 SDK, give them all the support, you could just have a really amazing game, and give it workshop support for all the modding. There's so many people that are probably so hungry for this kind of multiplayer, either on the original Unreal or especially Unreal Tournament for that, with the ever-growing sort of retro FPS thing that's coming back. Although you could argue now that the retro bit in that isn't so retro anymore, because with Doom 2016 and all the other games that are coming back that are classed as quote-unquote old school seem less outdated than all the Call of Duty things, you know? Like regenerating health, to me, seems more outdated than collecting health packs in Unreal, and that just because it was so overdone, and the whole military shooter thing has just been completely overdone. I mean, I'm guessing Epic pretty much just wants to work on Fortnite now. I mean, that's the sad thing as well. I think I've heard that Fortnite is going to get, like, ported to Unreal Engine 5. And it's like, fair enough, I get it. There's nothing wrong with Fortnite. But does it really need porting to Unreal Engine 5? Wouldn't it be better to get a game that has a bit more use for that engine, like Unreal or Unreal Tournament? Because imagine this, but in the sort of vein of the Unreal Engine 5 demo that we saw last year. It'd be incredible, right? The ridiculous nanite poly counts, hugely detailed models, all the ray tracing goodness with Lumen and that. Just look incredible, like this temple here we're coming up to. It looks so amazing in that engine, and the distant areas there. You could just, oh my god, it'd be so good. And like I said, get to work with the community. There's so much love that the community has for this game still. You know, I get comments on my videos, and I don't know why they don't do it. Anyway, this was just a ranting kind of video sort of rambling on. Let me know in the comments if you agree. And I think it may be worth letting Epic know in a polite, nice way that you want to see a new Unreal game. Or a remaster of Unreal. Or even just to pick up the work on Unreal Tournament 4 again. It would just be nice. And I think it's the right time. The technology's there to make something really special. The first-person shooter genre is seeing probably the beginning of a revival, if not a bit of a renaissance already. Starting with probably Doom 2016. This game just needs the love. So yeah, like I say, please do leave a comment, like and subscribe if you agree. And do let me know if there has been any progress on a community-made remaster, especially the Unreal Engine 4 one. I'd be very interested to see if there's any update on that. I couldn't actually find anything other than a Eurogamer article from a couple of years ago. Hope everyone's staying safe, and I will see you in the next video.